friends. I have to do the music tuning, so bear with me a little. I gotta do volume stuff. Hey, weird guy, how are you? I'm just grabbing myself some tea, and then we'll get started in a few minutes. We'll kind of let the timer run and see who shows up. How's my voice versus the game volume? Music is a little loud. Okay, I kind of figured. Let's see here. Hopefully that's a bit better. And thank God this thing lets me separately control voice volumes and such, because I don't want to reduce the voices. Your shirt is a little loud, Tremois. How are you? Okay, good. I couldn't turn this down much more, I don't think. So this is going to be a huge experiment because I'm going to read the narration and the heroine's dialogue, since that stuff is not voiced. But this game only has Japanese audio, so other characters are going to be speaking Japanese, and I will not be. We'll see how well this works out. If you guys hate it, let me know, and we just won't do this again. Hey, Renegade. Hey, Grimtar. I know where he's Renegade. Write your paper. Just be aware that you may not understand half the dialogue if you're not able to read. Because I don't want to read the voiced dialogue in this. And it is in Japanese, unfortunately. Or fortunately, as the case may be. Okay. Am I a bit quiet? Alright, let me do some things. Well, hello, William. How am I sounding now? Are you still are you getting me louder but not with a lot of room noise? I hope. Check, check. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can push the audio down a little more. Oh my gosh. That's as low as I can make the music without turning it off completely. So hopefully that'll be okay. Otherwise I can pump up the gain on me. Better? Alright, good. We'll go with it. In fact, we'll test it with some other music. I think that theme was just particularly loud, but it's a good one to test. I imagine most of the actual in-game music that is not a overture theme will probably be a little more blendy. I don't know. I made that word up. You know what I mean, right? Anyway, how are you all doing? I've got my tea. We're gonna play some visual novel shit and be very chill tonight. And like I said, it'll be an experiment. If it's not fun to watch, please tell me. And I will never do it again. I'll just play this quietly by myself. Eating a pizza, writing D&D stuff, and catching a stream. Sounds like a good night. Why, thank you, William. That's much appreciated, and back at you, sir. Ooh, I'm gonna go grab a little more water, and then I think we will start. Okay, are we ready for this? We're down to 9 seconds. Boop. Let's do the thing. Look at how pretty it is! I almost kind of want to hide all my bullshit, because this game's too beautiful. Danny, hi! Also, I don't even know if we'll get far enough into it tonight, but I would like you guys to make the decisions for me so we can find out who we will collectively date. So how's that sound? We'll all play together and make terrible and or really amazing decisions. Date everyone. I mean, yes, eventually. Redheads, eh? Alright. Duly noted. There's a few of them in here. Danny, you have Monster Prom! Yes! We have to do a multiplayer sometime and stream it. Oh my god. Alright, let's get into this ish. I'm gonna start reading things to you guys. Yeah, we're just gonna call her Chizuru. No, I don't want to skip the prologue. So, this is Kyoto. It was awfully impressive, no denying it. Even simple hellos between people passing in the street seemed warm and friendly. They nodded and smiled to one another as if family and not strangers on errands. Still, there was something else as well. Something making the city feel strangely cold. Almost as though there was a great invisible wall, shutting out anyone wandering from the country. I'm not sure if I belong here. No, that's all in my head. I walked quite some distance to reach Kyoto, and both my mind and body were exhausted. Even so, tiredness was no reason to meander and feel sorry for myself. I couldn't afford to. Excuse me? I hesitantly stopped a passerby. I'm sorry, I seem to be a bit lost. Could you... What am I supposed to do now? I was lost again, but in a different sort of way. I sighed and looked up at the darkening sky. The sun was beginning to set. People I'd spoken to showed me no unkindness, and they'd given me directions I'd needed, but... Was now really the best time to leave the city? Learning the person I'd hoped to visit had left town caused hope to seep from my crumbling resolve. The only person besides Father I could rely on in the city who I could rely on... that's a weird typo we found. Anyway, Dr. Matsumoto is the guy. Dr. Matsumoto was a doctor serving the shogunate. I had never met him myself, but my father put a great deal of trust in the man. He had told me that if I ran into any trouble in his absence, I was to contact Dr. Matsumoto. Unfortunately, Dr. Matsumoto was out on business and would not return for some time. Was I too hasty? Perhaps I should have waited. It is indeed rude to visit without warning, which is why I had sent a letter prior to my arrival. But it seems he had left before reading my letter. Perhaps I thought I should have waited for a reply before traveling to an unfamiliar city. But
I can no longer spend time idly waiting for news. Is something wrong, Father? He paused for a moment and looked at me.
実はな、しばらくの間、京の都へ行くことになった。
Is it for business again? He'd left the house often during that period, sometimes for days at a time. How long will you be gone?
それはわからん。一月になるか、二月になるか。
Oh. There was no hiding my disappointment. Nonetheless, I wasn't a child anymore. I couldn't beg him not to go, or some other foolishness. Yes, I'd be lonely, but I was much more worried for him. Please, Father, be careful.
Don't we all pass the time waiting for our father's friends by doing that? Yes, indeed. Although I will say, this game has an M rating, but I'm pretty sure it's much more for the violent content than for the sexiness.
They say that the city of Kyoto is dangerous. He only smiled and nodded.
安心しなさい。お前が心配しないように、京にいる間はできる限り手紙を書くよ。
Okay. You promise?
William knows what's up, too.
Father kept his promise. A new letter arrived so often I scarcely had the time to respond before another would arrive. He told me that he worried about me being home all by myself. Then the letters stopped. A whole month passed with no word. Father. They say Kyoto is full of Ronin. It is not a safe place. Usually a samurai is paid by their house, but Ronin who report to no house often rob people in order to make ends meet. They're nothing more than violent criminals who hide behind the image of the samurai. Such is the state of the city of Kyoto, the city of Ronin. Small wonder, then, that I worried for my father. My mind would concoct horrible possibilities, and I often found myself depressed and tense. First, I suppose I need to find a place to stay. Lost in thought, I didn't notice nightfall descend. If I was honest with myself, I hadn't the faintest idea of how long searching for him would take. I'd brought a negligible sum of money with me. Enough to last me a month, if used wisely. Finding Father in this window of time was a must. Otherwise, I would have to depend on Dr. Matsumoto returning in this time, or else I'd be forced to return home without a word. Well, at any rate, I should try and be as frugal as possible. I lengthened my stride and set off on my path.
Moobot is actually going to be very helpful tonight, because I really should make sure to save often or we're going to get fucked on endings. And not in the fun way.
Fortunately for me, men's clothing assisted with keeping a quicker pace than women's. Kyoto presented many dangers to a young girl hoping to explore the city without direction. My disguise, such as it was, proved useful, successful, and I'd safely made it all the way to Kyoto. Such success went to my head and led me to believe I could explore Kyoto as I pleased. But Kyoto is not a safe place. I should have remembered that. Instead, I had somehow convinced myself that the city's hidden dangers didn't apply to me.
Oh no.
I was about to discover otherwise. I spun around. In the street in front of me were 3 Ronin. Can I help you? I did my best to keep my voice calm, reaching nonchalantly for my kodachi. My father encouraged me to take sword lessons. I'd kept with him and I did rather well. I was confident enough in defending myself. However, perhaps my overconfidence in myself is what served the situation at hand to me. I'd messed up and let my guard down. My fault. There was a chance I could take them on, but there were 3 of them and 1 of me.
ガキのくせにいいもん持ってんじゃねえか。
Only then did I realize they were far more interested in my sword than they were in me.
小僧には過ぎたもんだろ。
よこせ。国のために俺たちが使ってやる。
But this is... The sword wasn't just some blade I'd picked up. It was a family heirloom spanning generations. There was no way I could give it to the Ronin. Though I had a feeling they wouldn't understand. In such a situation, the best decision was undoubtedly to retreat. I turned and ran as fast as my legs could.
あ、おい、待ちやがれ小僧。
Gosh, they sure don't give up easily, do they? I felt like I'd been running for quite a while, but I could still hear the Ronin cursing loudly. I ducked into an alley, flattening against the wall.
Japanese Conan up in this.
After deciding they weren't too close, I crept farther into the alley. Someone left a couple of sheets of wood leaning up against one of the houses. A perfect hiding spot. What luck, I thought, kneeling down under them. This is my way to escape this mess. Huh? I was listening for sounds intently. A suspicious calm entered my mind. I'd expected to hear the Ronin yelling to each other, looking for me, but... Seconds turned into minutes. I heard nothing. I was about to sneak out and have a look when... What? My plan to investigate was immediately halted. Remaining silent and hidden was more important. Still...
やりやがったな。
くそ、なんで死なねえんだよ。ダメだ、こいつら刀が効かねえ。
It was then that true fear began to set in. There was something dangerous out there. Something quite possibly lethal. My imagination conjured up no shortage of gruesome theories. Even so, I could feel an itch of curiosity. I wanted to know what was out there. Carefully, I peeked around the corner's edge. The cold reflection of moonlight upon a blade glared at me, and my eyes followed it to the arm that held it, clad in a coat of light blue. Had this person saved me? But no slower than it appeared, my hope vanished. I heard the Ronin stumbling to beg for his life. The person in the blue coat said nothing, just stepped forward, his sword raised. A high, screeching laugh cut the man's scream. The blade fell through the air like a butcher's knife rather than a sword. No skill, just death. The scream turned wet, caught, and disappeared like the air leaving a half-empty bellows. My eyes went wide. I had just witnessed a murder. Any strength I'd received vanished quickly. My legs gave way and I crumbled to the ground. My eyes widened like busted shells. He died with the first blow, but as I watched, the blades fell, carving lines into the corpse. The soft slip of a blade through flesh, the silent creep of blood across ground. I felt nothing from them but madness. Their only desire was raw, animalistic violence. Whatever they were, it wasn't human. They were broken. I could feel my throat clench tightly, and a warm, dark smell brushed against my face. I slowly recognized the coppery tang of blood. An icy bolt of fear ran down my spine, crawling into my limbs and freezing me in place. I was terrified. What was I going to do? What could I do? You have to run, Chizuru. I forced my jaw open and drew a ragged breath. This was the only chance I'd get. I had to... Ah! My body, still numb with fear, was unresponsive. I lurched sideways against the stacked wood, and with a rough clatter, it collapsed.
You guys are the best.
The creatures turned, coats drenched in blood. Their eyes locked with mine and bore into me. Hideous grins split their inhuman faces, shaking with excitement at prey to slaughter. I had to run. I couldn't die yet. But my legs refused to move. Their hideous, cackling laughter echoed. I was going to die. My body was frozen with terror. I couldn't even scream. This was it. This was the end.
Oh shit, it's in sync. William. God damn it. I need to make sure I don't read chat while I'm trying to read this, or I'm gonna bust up laughing in the middle.
What? Hi, Lindy!
We're gonna smooch some samurai after all this murder is done.
Hi, Vila! I watched them raise their bloody swords, the moon glinting off the metal. Then there was a flash of light and the soft splash of blood. I could feel it, warm and sticky. Bile began to rise in my throat, but before disgust took hold, I heard a voice. The words suggested disappointment, but the voice sounded happy.
僕一人で始末しちゃうつもりだったのに、はじめくん、こんな時に限って仕事が早いよね。
As he spoke, the strange man smiled, almost as if he were enjoying himself.
俺は務めを果たすべく動いたまでだ。あんたと違って俺に戦闘狂の気はない。
Okay, so we've met two of our dateable characters, who are marginally less psychotic. That one! Smooch that one!
うわ、ひどい言い草だな。まるで僕が戦闘狂みたいだ。
He laughed.
Hajime fucking Saito, that's right!
否定はしないのか。
No, this is not Kenshin, but these are the Shinsengumi.
The man called Saito sighed with the air of a long-suffering companion and looked at me.
でもさ、あいつらがこの子を殺しちゃうまで黙って見てれば、僕たちの手間も省けたんじゃないかな。
His tone was light, but it confirmed my fears. I may have escaped the schemes of the Ronin, but I was ensnared by something much darker.
さあな。少なくともその判断は俺たちが下すべきものではない。
Dang, guys! We meet the first two characters and y'all get immediately thirsty. Alright then.
Huh? Then, who was in charge of these two? Their conversation led me to believe they were part of an organization. As I thought about it, I recalled hearing about men with blue coats.
Nah, for reals though. I'm right there with you guys. And for those who just joined, I want you all to help me make the decisions that will lead us down whatever romantic path we find. So chat gets to choose who we end up dating eventually. William.
My thoughts were interrupted by a dark shape sliding into view. Oh. I swallowed hard. The moonlight shone off his smooth, dark hair. For reasons I couldn't fathom, in that moment the light on his hair made me think of the wistfulness of flower petals. It was almost as if the cherry trees were blooming out of season.
運のないやつだ。
I like how we all have exactly the same reaction.
His voice was cold and quiet like a blade of ice. Blue-white moonlight lit his slender face and shone from the blade pointed at my chest. But it wasn't the sword making my breath catch. It was his eyes. They were fierce and hard, but something behind them. I could catch a glimpse of something else. Yet there could be no doubt that he was prepared to kill me. And yet he looked troubled. Not kindness, but perhaps mercy?
いいか、逃げるなよ。背を向ければ切る。
P.S. Those of you that are into Japanese seiyuu, this is Shinichiro Miki, which is great.
I nodded. There was no doubt he meant every word he said. He stared at me for a moment, then grimaced and put his sword away, sighing.
Filled with determination to smooch.
What? I was too surprised to stop myself from speaking, and it quickly became apparent that I wasn't the only one.
あれいいんですか土方さん。この子さっきの見ちゃったんですよ。
As he spoke to the man called Hijikata, his eyes narrowed. The man called Hijikata frowned back at him.
いちいち余計なことを喋るんじゃねえよ。下手な話を聞かせちまうと始末せざるを得なくなるだろうが。
I'll just hang out here. You guys can screenshot this, because why would you not want to, right? You guys.
It was clear enough that what I'd seen was something they wanted to keep hidden. The more they said, the more I got it. And it was clear none of us wanted such a thing.
Alright, so I'm seeing like two people that are definitely gunning for Hijikata, aka Mr. Purple Eyes. We've got like 1 or 2 votes for Saito, I think. And our as yet unnamed green-eyed friend over here is just kind of scary.
この子を生かしておいても厄介なことにしかならないと思いますけどね。
The way he looked at me made me feel as if he'd read my mind.
Vila! The murder attempt only made you want to fix him. Well, you know. Also, William, yes, that's why you play this game like 10 times.
とにかく殺せばいいってもんじゃねえだろう。こいつの処分は帰ってから決める。
俺は副長の判断に賛成です。ここに長くとどまれば他の者に見つかるかもしれない。
Then he looked down at the creature he'd killed, as though he'd forgotten the whole ordeal.
The Shinsengumi and the Shinsen get me. Hey!
こうも血に狂うとは、やはり実務に使える代物ではないようです。
頭の痛い話だ。
He peered down at the corpse, his face in a motionless mask. When he looked back up at his companions, however, his eyes narrowed.
つうかお前ら、土方とか副長とか呼んでんじゃねえよ。伏せろ。
へえ、伏せるも何もこの大服を着てる時点でバレバレだと思いますけど。
You guys! Good lord! Same though, Vila. Same.
He was right. Even I had heard stories about a gang of cruel men in blue coats who cut people down in the streets, but I didn't know how to confront the dilemma of pretending I didn't see any of these horrors. My mind swirled through a pool of worries and thoughts, almost as if I was being drawn into their world. A world where there is nothing strange in carrying on a normal conversation in the dead of night with corpses for company.
死体の処理はいかように、肉体的な異常は特に現れていないようですが。
I mean, Chad is definitely upping the game of entertainment here, for damn sure. Vila, are we the same person? Because same. Literally same. The biggest mood.
Hijikata thought for a moment before he spoke.
羽織だけ脱がせとけ。あとは観察の方で何とかする。
Also, I can listen to him talk like literally forever, but that's a different matter.
承知しました。
新選組の大使が切り殺されてるなんて、僕たちにとっても一大事ですしね。
He gave a derisive bark of laughter.
Yeah, Mr. Purple Eyes has a nice voice.
ま、あとはここにいたやつが黙ってりゃ、世間も勝手に納得してくれるだろうよ。
William, Jesus. Although, in fairness, that's kind of what's going on here. And Mubot is right, I should definitely save. Danny, man, that's a great sweater.
He looked directly at me, and I got the distinct feeling his words weren't for his companions. It was common for people to be murdered in Kyoto. It was a dangerous city, after all. I knew that, of course. But to see it happen, that was something else entirely. If death was such an easy thing in Kyoto, I thought, then the city itself must surely be mad.
ねえ、ところでさ、助けてあげたのに、お礼の一つもないの。
Why, hello there.
Huh? I didn't realize right away he was speaking to me. When I did, my eyes went wide.
Sporty spice. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Grim, I'm thoroughly shocked but delighted by chat right now. I had no idea y'all were so fucking thirsty for delicious samurai. I guess Spoopy Sunday has just become Samurai Sunday, so, you know.
What do you mean, you saved me? Well, he did have a point. Despite their threats, they saved my life. I stood up as steadily as I could manage, brushed some dirt off my clothes, and bowed. Thank you very much. I apologize for not thanking you earlier. There was so much going on, I was a little confused. I glanced up at them tentatively. The man called Hajime also looked confused. His eyes were wide and he had an expression I couldn't place.
Yeah, I guess for those who might somehow be unaware, this is set during the late 1800s, during the Edo period, when there's like some contention going on with the shogunate and whatnot. The Shinsengumi are a very popular topic in Japanese fiction because they had a very tragic ending. But anyway, that's our setting here.
Hijikata looked as though he'd taken a bite of something sour. I sighed deeply before continuing. I know it seems weird to say that, but he told me I should say thanks, so I looked up. Saito and Hijikata both stared pointedly at anything but me, and the third man was shaking with laughter.
Okay, Renegade. We'll see ya. Good luck on your paper.
あ、ごめん。そうだよね。僕が言ったんだもんね。
He broke out in laughter again, so much so that he was forced to wipe a few tears from his eyes as he straightened up.
どういたしまして。僕は沖田総司と言います。礼儀正しい子は嫌いじゃないよ。
Thank you for helping me. Not quite sure what else to do, I bowed again.
君を助けてくれたのが斎藤はじめくん。それでこっちの偉そうなのが。
わざわざ紹介してんじゃねえよ。
副長、お気持ちはわかりますが、まず移動を。
Whatever mirth was inspired was gone. The man called Saito now spoke with quiet urgency. The man named Okita grabbed hold of my wrist, smiled, and led us down the street. His grip was a touch too tight to be friendly, his fingers like iron cables around my arm. There was no question about my situation. I quickly picked up on the notion that if I were to run, I would be killed. Instantly. My life was in the hands of these strange men. I set my jaw and stood up as straight as I could. My eyes crept up from the blood-stained coat and met Saito's gaze.
己のために最悪を想定しておけ。さしていいようには転ばない。
Oh, that's cheerful.
His words were like a dagger in my stomach. What was going to happen to me? Was I going to die? As we walked through the bleak Kyoto night, I felt horror crawl its way up my spine once again. The cause of my horror wasn't the gruesome end that awaited me, but something else entirely. I spoke with these men and watched them speak, standing next to a warm corpse soaked in blood. That I had done such a thing terrified me in an altogether different way. Perhaps this is what it's like to go mad.
So that was the prologue. So tsundere, Saito! And the opening will, as with most otome games, helpfully introduce us to all of our romanceable options. And other people. With a snappy, cool J-pop song. They know our fave already. I mean, he's kind of like the main dude, so to speak. But most of the routes are pretty good. They're color-coded, right? Oh, yeah. Princess Sen! I don't know that she's actually an option, but you get to be friends with her, basically. Then there's like these new guys in this version. This is too many hot boys! I know, right? It's a little overwhelming. Like, what? What do we do? How do we choose? This is also not like, I mean, yeah, most of those guys that they showed in the opening were options. This is a very long game. This is going to take many Sundays. But one of the things that I like about Hakuoki, and this is like this is a remake of many subsequent remakes of the original game, which I played way back on the PSP several years ago. This version added like 4 or 5 new dudes. And, what else? It's like upgraded all the visuals and animation and blah 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 blah. And, it's different from a lot of other otome games that I have played where they basically are like, at the beginning you just choose the dude and you are down that route. This one, it's the choices you make as the story progresses that sort of puts you on the path of dating a particular one. So it's not readily apparent who you will get at the outset. You don't just pick one and go. Lindy's got it right, though. Yeah, we're clearly samurai sexual is a thing for all of us right now. And I'm gonna save.
Hmm? Was it morning? What happened to me? I attempted to recollect myself. Ah, yes. Right. All at once, the events of the previous night rushed back to me. This isn't my room. My limbs were snugly bound in tight knots, so all I could do was wriggle around in bed, twisting the blankets around me. I yearned for the comfort of my own futon, but the futility of such thoughts only forced me to confront the reality of my situation.
Yes, indeed, Lyra. The villain would be that blonde guy with the red eyes that we saw in the opening. He's usually the villain, anyway.
If only I could wake from this strange nightmare. But I could not. Those men from the night before must have taken me with them to the headquarters of the Shinsengumi. What will happen to me now? I inhaled deeply, lying down to await my fate.
Trust him immediately. Yeah, totally fine. He looks like such a sweetheart.
It was at that moment that the door slid open, and a kind-looking man stepped through.
ああ、目が覚めたかい。すまんな、こんな扱いで。今、縄を緩めるから少し待ってくれ。
His smile quirked as he removed my ropes. My wrists, however, were left bound. And you are?
ああ、そうか。私はね、井上源三郎というんだ。
Smooch him! He's not an option.
Thank you, Inoue.
さて、ちょっと来てくれるかい？今朝から幹部連中であんたについて話し合っているんだが、ゆうべあんたが何を見たのか確かめておきたいってことになってね。
Okay. I nodded curtly and struggled to stand, but my body was sore from being bound up all night. Inoue treated me with something like courtesy, but it was clear that I was in a lesser position. He must have been able to guess my thoughts, however, because he smiled at me and winked.
心配しなくても大丈夫さ。なりは怖いが気のいい者たちばかりだよ。
He's so nice.
Oh. Even at home, I heard rumors of the vicious Shinsengumi that were unflattering. It was hard to imagine that the people in charge of such an organization were gentlemen.
一番年の若い東堂君は君よりちょっと年上くらいだよ。それに長倉君と原田君という賑やかな二人組もいるから大丈夫。
Despite Inoue's reassurances, it was difficult for me to trust what I was hearing as accurate. Excuse me. Inoue led me to a room and opened the door. I stepped inside and found myself surrounded by the leaders of the Shinsengumi. Their eyes dug into me like sharp knives. I stared before me and then gulped nervously.
おはよう。昨日はよく眠れた？
Well, it wasn't particularly comfortable.
ふん、そうなんだ。さっき僕が声をかけた時には君全然起きてくれなかったよね。幸せそうな寝顔でぐっすりだったみたいだけど。
Okita is a jerk. I mean, look at that fucking smile.
What?
からかわれているだけだ。 ゾウジはあんたの部屋になど行ってない。
Also, can I just say how precious it is that, like, Saito is so tiny?
Quite silent, I stared at Okita.
And hey, there's a bit of stuff about Okita.
With his grin still spread along his face, he glanced over to Saito.
Just in case we need the information. Saito is left-handed.
もう少しこの子の反応を見たかったんだけどな。はじめくんもひどいよね。勝手にバラすなんてさ。
I don't think Saito did anything wrong. You, on the other hand.
おいてめえら、無駄口ばっか叩いてんじゃねえ。
Hijikata's voice brooked no further insubordination. Okita shrugged and fell silent, but the smile lingered through his bright eyes.
Left-handed? Yes, indeed. There's our info block about Hijikata-san.
でさ、土方さん、そいつが目撃者？
Hey, look, new boys.
The man who spoke was... well, he looked more like a boy than a man. Maybe this is the youthful Shinsengumi captain that Inoue was describing to me. I'd imagined the leaders of the Shinsengumi to be older, maybe even middle-aged men, but their faces were still blessed with youth.
They still don't beat purple-eyed. I know, right?
In fact, one might even confuse them at first glance for a gang of bohemian thugs.
ちっちゃいし細っこいな。まだガキだろこいつ。
お前がガキとか言うなよ、平介。
だな。世間様から見りゃ平介もこいつも似たようなもんだろうよ。
Yeah, that was a awkwardly placed close-up, wasn't it?
ガキ扱いしていいのは俺みたいな立派な大人になってからだぜ。
立派な大人って。まあ、新八が言っても説得力も何もねえがな。
Just a teaser shot.
Two nearby men replied to Todo with very mocking but light-hearted tones.
So that's Heisuke. He's adorable.
I somewhat recalled Inoue's description of the two energetic members. His mention of them was brief, but seeing them in person was an eye-opening experience. He said the short-haired one was Nagakura, and the other with longer hair was Harada.
So there's Shinpachi, aka Bandana. Particularly energetic, you say?
うるさいな。おじさん二人は黙ってなよ。
ふざけんなよこのお坊ちゃまが。俺らにそんな口聞いていいと思ってんのか？
平介におじさん呼ばわりされるほど年は食ってねえよ。新八はともかく、俺はな。
てめえ、裏切るのか佐野。
へへ、新八さん図星されて怒るって大人げねえよな。
Inoue for life.
Their back-and-forth rapport seemed to develop into a rhythm from years of friendship, which predated my arrival and made me foreign here. I sensed something apart from curiosity towards me, though, like a feeling of animosity. Despite their cheerful levity, they had not forgiven my presence among them. Suddenly, I wanted very much to go home. I wanted to leave this place and never return.
Shinpachi! Right? Fun.
My chest tightened and I stared down, hoping to wake up in bed with all of this only a memory.
口さがない方ばかりで申し訳ありません。あまり怖がらないでくださいね。
Oh. His voice was calm and warm, and I felt myself relax, even if only a little bit.
何言ってんだ。一番怖いのはあんただろう、三男さん。
You make a good point, Vila. This is sort of like Stockholm Syndrome, the game, I guess.
So that's Sanan?
I mean, I guess it kicked in the moment she realized they're all really smoking hot.
As he finished speaking, the rest of the men nodded solemnly in agreement. I wondered, who could possibly command such fear and respect from these men?
おや、心外ですね。皆さんはともかく、鬼の副長まで何をおっしゃるんです？私はいつだって新選組の規範を第一に考えているだけですよ。その規範、ご法度を決めたのは土方君、君じゃなかったですか？
確かに決めたのは俺だ。だが、今はそんなことを言ってる時じゃねえだろうが。
And the man called Sanan and Hijikata stared at one another with a smirk.
トシと三男君は相変わらず仲が良いな。
Hijikata and Sanan sounded distant when they spoke to one another. Not exactly friendly. Still, the man who spoke had certainly sounded as though he thought they were friends.
And yeah, Vila, you're pretty much, you're on.
ああ、自己紹介が遅れたな。俺が新選組局長、近藤勇だ。
Kondo-san!
When you say chief, do you mean to say you're the most important man in the Shinsengumi?
I think a lot of them are, from Edo. There's only a few of them who are not. If I remember correctly. My brain is mush right now, so... Grim. And yeah, it's like not even a spoiler to say that Sanan is a traitor because it's history. You could literally go look this up in a book.
いや、まあ、俺が偉いわけじゃない。皆の代表ということだよ。それから、そこの都市が副長で、横にいる三男君は総長を務めていて、
I mean, pretty much all of these guys who have been introduced thus far are actual historical figures, so you definitely can.
いや、近藤さん。なんでいろいろ教えてやってんだよ、あんたは。
Also, it's definitely worth noting that the actual historical Hijikata is roughly this handsome. I believe he's one of the very few that they actually have a photo of.
まずいのか？
情報を与える必要がないんだったら黙ってる方が得策なんじゃないですかね。
Vila.
わざわざ教えてやる義理はないと思うけど。
確かにそうなんだが、紹介しないことには話が進まんだろ
う。Dang, Harada is tall.
Harada glanced over at Kondo and let out a bark of laughter.
ま、ここまで来たら知られて困ることもねえけどな。
Kondo had looked rather disappointed when Hijikata spoke, but he perked up at Harada's words. Despite knowing him for 5 minutes, it's easy to see that his words resonated well with his men. He had a sort of charisma that simply drew you in. A man who was impossible to hate.
さて、本題に入ろう。まずは改めて昨晩の話を聞かせてくれるか。
Yeah, Dad Samurai really is trying. Kondo-san is a good man.
はい。昨晩京の都を夜間巡察中に不老の老師と遭遇。相手が刀を抜いたため切り合いとなりました。一部の大使らが老師を無力化しましたが、その折彼らが失敗した様子をこの者に目撃されています。
As he finished, Saito turned to look at me. I didn't see anything. Even with my insistence, Hijikata continued to stare at me with a harsh glance. Saito remained expressionless, and the smile on Okita's face didn't change.
なあ、お前本当に何も見てないのか？
Yes, I didn't see anything.
見てないんならいいんだけどさ。
あれ、掃除の話じゃお前が大使どもを助けてくれたって話だったが。
No, that's not true. I glanced over at Okita, but his smile remained. Whatever he was thinking was a mystery to me. I was running away from the Ronin. Then some people with Shinsengumi uniforms appeared. Really, they sort of rescued me.
つまり、大使どもが老師を切り殺してる場面はしっかり見たってわけだな。
I couldn't exactly deny that. However, I knew that choosing to stay silent would implicate me deeper than lying would.
つまり最初から最後まで一部始終を見てたってことか。
Saw it? I find it!
お前、根が素直なんだろうな。それ自体は悪いことじゃないんだろうが。
I wasn't sure what to make of Harada's words. My presence seemed bad for the Shinsengumi. Would their next words be ones condemning me to death for being at the wrong place in time? My voice shook, but I knew I had to try. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
偶然老子に絡まれていたという君が私たちに敵対するものとまでは言いませんが、君に言うつもりがなくとも相手の誘導尋問に乗せられる可能性はある。
Damn, Sanan.
His voice was still warm, but his words were cold, and I began to feel my chances at life slip away.
話さないというのは簡単だが、この者が新選組に義理立てする理由もない。
約束を破らない保証なんてないですし、やっぱり解放するのは難しいですよね。ほら、殺しちゃいましょうよ。口封じするならそれが一番じゃないですか。
But
掃除、物騒なことを言うな。お上の民をむやみに殺して何とする。
Yeah, Okita seems like he's apparently really tall going by the artwork.
そんな顔しないでくださいよ。今のはただの冗談ですから。
Oh lol, just kidding about killing me, totally fine. Haha, that's very funny.
あんたは冗談に聞こえる冗談を言え。
Oh yeah, thanks Moobot. Dreamy McPurple Eyes. Hijikata's still here.
After being rebuked by Saito, Okita gave a playful smile.
しかしなんとかならんのかね。まだこんな子供だろ
う。私も何とかしてあげたいとは思いますが、うっかり漏らされでもしたら一大事です。
Can we not fit them all on screen at once, please?
さて、私は副長のご意見を伺いたいのですが、いかがですか、土方副長。
The men looked to Hijikata, listening intently. He sighed and glanced around the room.
俺たちは昨晩指導に背いた大使を粛清した。こいつはその現場に居合わせた。
それだけだとおっしゃりたいんですか。
実際このガキの認識なんざその程度のもんだとは思うんだが。
Oh yeah, worth pointing out again that Chizuru has been dressed as a man, so they all think she's a boy right now.
けどよ、こればっかりは大義のためにも内密にしなきゃなんねえことだよな。
I mean, there is plenty of artwork of all of these guys if you just search for it on the Googles. Dad Samurai is worth keeping an eye on.
新選組の大使は血に狂ってるなんて噂が立ちゃ、俺らのタイムにだって支障が出るぜ。
Oh man, yeah, the fan art sure is a thing. There's lots of fan art that ships them with each other. Make of that what you will.
Shinpachi's words made sense to everyone. Hijikata's face looked grim.
おい、言葉を慎め。俺は指導に背いた大使を粛清したと言ったはずだぞ。
I know, unbelievable, right? That never happens. Ha 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 ha. Fans shipping boys with boys. Lol.
でもまあ、どっちみち見たことは変わらないんですけどね。
宗司の意見にも一理あると思うが、まあ俺は土方さんや近藤さんの決定に従う。
俺は逃がしてやってもいいと思う。こいつは別にあいつらが血に狂った理由を知っちまったわけでもないんだしさ。
What do you mean, everything? I couldn't help but wonder aloud, and the mood in the room shifted to an icy silence.
平助、余計な情報をくれてやるな。
悪い。
ああ、これでますます君の無罪放免が難しくなっちゃったね。
男子たるもの死ぬ覚悟くらいできてんだろ。お前も諦めて腹くくっちまいな。
Man. Oh, that's right. They still believed me to be a boy. With everything else that had happened, I'd completely forgotten how I was dressed.
確かに潔く死ぬのも男の道だな。俺も若い頃は切腹したし。
佐野の場合、まだ生きてるけどな。
Their jokes were barbaric, but they both broke into raucous laughter.
副長、結論も出ないことですし、一旦この者を部屋に戻してはどうでしょうか。同席させた状態で誰かが機密を漏らせば、処分も何も 殺すほかなくなります。
So when I first played the original of this game, not knowing how to play this game, really, so to speak, all of my random ass choices ended up landing me with Saito. Which I was pretty okay with, to be quite honest.
He was right. If I remained with them, then I could easily hear something I wasn't supposed to. I didn't think he'd mentioned it for my sake, but rather as a possible concern for their group. I was still relieved when he'd brought it up.
そういうことにするか。ちょっと調べたいこともあるしな。
私もその判断には賛成しますよ。ここには迂闊な方も多いですしね。
三男さん、わざわざこっち見て言うとかきついよな。
まあ仕方ねえよ。迂闊なのは俺らの担当だろう。主に平助とかな。
そんな責めるなよ。俺だって悪気はなかったんだからさ。
I could hear Toto's voice rise as everyone turned to look at him. He looked at them for a bit, then turned to me and mumbled in a voice I could barely hear.
あのさ、悪かったな。
Aww. I was still apprehensive about what they might do to me, so I couldn't quite respond to him well.
I'll make a man out of you musical number. I mean, that would have been a really awesome alternate path to take. Have her train and join.
But he seemed to understand, and I curtly managed to nod. It was the most I could manage.
それじゃ斉藤、こいつを頼む。
承知しました。行くぞ。
All right.
I don't know what that means. We should save. Vinyl! Right?
After returning to my room, I'd spent some time reflecting on my state and my still bound hands. The rumors spoke of the Shinsengumi as vicious men, but they seemed more intimate, human to me. Still, their presence or their being lingered through me as if to say, we are not killers, but to protect our code, we must bring death. Remaining here is only bringing me closer to the possibility of them killing me. I don't know if I can convince them to spare me. Just as I have no loyalty to them, they have no loyalty to me. Only to the Shinsengumi. But then... They mentioned a man must always be ready to face death. So are they still mistaking me for a man? Could I possibly risk exposing my true identity in exchange for mercy on my life? But this could just as easily backfire for me. And it could exact an even worse fate. I was truly at a loss for what to do.
Saving because choice numero uno is upon us. Okay, Jenny! All you missed was them discussing whether or not to kill her, and they shoved her back into her room while they talk and decide. And we met a bunch of other handsome bastards. So, she's stuck in her room and we're at our first choice. What should we do? Find a way to escape or attempt to explain the situation. Hashtag smooches for purple eyes. Do we confess and tell them that she's a girl? Or find a way to escape? Alright, that's 2 for explain, 1 for escape. Let's explain.
I would tell them the truth. Perhaps if I did, they'd understand my dilemma. Perhaps they think I'm from Kyoto as well. If I told them I'd only just arrived in Kyoto, they might lower their guard, or so I hoped. I didn't know anyone in Kyoto, and I'd only come to look for my father. I haven't even told them I'm a girl. The rest perhaps could wait, but I felt that it might be wise to tell them I was a girl. I took a deep breath and screamed loudly. "Excuse me! Is anyone there?" After a few moments, the door slid open, and several faces appeared around the edges.
大胆だなお前さん。囚われの身分で俺らを呼びつけるなんてよ。
Jumped out of the window and fallen into a pile of smoochable boys? I mean, possibly.
で、自分から声をかけてくるなんざ、そろそろ腹も決まったのか。
Yeah, so this is Shinpachi Nagakura, Danny. He was introduced while you were away, I believe.
No, that's not it. I want you to hear me out.
おそらくあんたの事情は汲めないだろう。それでよければ話すといい。
お前の運のなさには同情する。まあ、成仏してくれない。
And that is Harada, one of the others. What is going on with the music? What is going on with the music? It's just creepy.
ほら、男なら諦めが肝心だろ。
And that is Heisuke Todo, the other one who was introduced. And he's allegedly around the same age as our heroine.
They all spoke as if they'd already consigned me to death. It was time to make my choice. I need to save the game.
Okay, we're at another choice.
Hey, Fassy Cat.
Hello and goodbye. Okay, chat. Which one shall I choose? Decide to tell them why I'd come to Kyoto? Confess that I'm not a boy? Or give up? Tell them I'm not a boy? That's 2 for tell them I'm not a boy. 1 for give up. Tell them as a girl. I'm a smoochable girl. Yes, okay. So it looks like the majority is saying let's confess that I'm a girl.
I decided to tell them I wasn't a boy. As Saito turned to go, I rounded on Todo to glare at him furiously.
なんだよ。
Earlier you said a man should know when to accept his fate. You don't think there's anything wrong with killing a man before hearing him out?
お前さ、口の利き方に気をつけろよ。自分がどんな立場かわからないわけ。
I did save over that, I think, so we can't backtrack, alas. But since y'all seem to love this game so much, I'm foreseeing multiple playthroughs.
And thank you for the bits, Fassy Cat.
そっちこそ男らしい態度取れば、俺らの事情を素直に受け入れればいいだろう。
But I'm not a man.
Oh, Heisuke. Aw, Renegade, that's a bummer. These faces.
もしかしてさ、女とか。
Yes.
ちょっと待てって。
それは
ま、確かにそんな感じだな。体の線が女性的で柔らかいというか。
That shriek was the best. Yeah, and Harada's just like, oh yeah, totally, you looked pretty girly anyhow.
そんなもんわかるか。普通女は袴なんて履かねえだろうが。
Fucking Nagakura is just dying.
女子でもなぎなたや馬術の際に袴は用いるぞ。この者のように旅姿に男装をするのは珍しいが。
Saito coming all in here, dropping the logic. Oh, Lyra, maybe you're right. Vila. Oh man.
なるほど、そういうこともあるかもな。いろいろ言って悪かった。
Bye, Fassy.
Well, I'm glad that was cleared up.
ああ、あんたの言う通り、せめて事情くらいは聞いてやるべきだろうな。
Judging by the calmness in Saito's demeanor, it seemed he was unsurprised by my attempt to dress like a boy.
Also, the, like, cool-ass symbol thing we got in the sparkly chime means we scored some romantic points with, Heisuke.
There I was, surrounded once again by the leaders of the Shinsengumi.
少年にしては華奢で可愛らしい顔をしていると思っていたんだが、まさか本当に女子だったとはな。
He crushing.
Kondo was nodding his head repeatedly, as if he were agreeing with a very intelligent suggestion. For him to notice the softness of my features, it flattered me a bit.
Yeah, that's more or less the sparkly symbol. You've got that correct, Vila.
まあ、女だって聞いてから見ると、女にしか見えなくなってくるんだよな。
しかし女の子を一晩縄で縛っておくとは悪いことをしたね。
Well, Ino is like, oh my god, we have done a horrible thing.
でもよ、女だって言うが別に証拠はないんだろ。
Fucking Shinpachi. He's still like not okay with this at all.
Proof?
証拠も何も一目瞭然だろうが。なんなら脱がせてみるか。
Hi, Lady Banigaru.
許さんぞ。衆目の中、女子に肌をさらさせるなど言語道断。
だがまあ、それが一番手っ取り早いと思ったんだ。無理にとは言わないがな。
He's just like, I mean, there's a real easy way we could find out. Thank God for Dad, Samurai.
でもよ、本当に女だって言うなら殺しちまうのも忍びねえよな。
何甘いこと言ってるんだ。男だろうが女だろうが性別の違いは生かす理由にならねえだろう。
Fucking Hijikata just being the hard ass here.
もっともです。ですが女性に限らずそもそも人を殺すのは忍びないことですよ。
Yeah, Hijikata is the tsundere, kind of. And this here is Sanan, one of the other captains. There's like a bunch of them.
今日の治安を守るために組織された私たちが無益な殺生をするわけにはいきません。
Totally trustable Sanan. Yeah, exactly. Spoilers in history. And seriously, Lindy, oh, Hijikata is just like, wow. It's not fair. It's not fair. This is a very difficult game to play because you have to make hard choices.
結局女の子だろうが男の子だろうが今日の平安を乱しかねないなら話は別ですよね。
The Shinsengumi had already suffered a very gruesome reputation in Kyoto. If rumors spread that their men were thirsty for blood, things weren't likely to go well for them. Kyoto would banish them, and with no one to protect the people, the city would erupt into chaos.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Redundant UK.
Each of their members deeply understood the consequences of behaving rashly in these times.
悪いが、お前の荷物を改めさせてもらったぜ。
Whoa. Bloody. Also, seriously though, Grimsar, right? Like... Lindy. Hobby's great, however, he's out of town, so samurai, please.
どうやら江戸からここまで一人で来たみてえだな。荷物はわずかな着替えと一月分の小銭、それと数通の手紙とこの小立ち。手紙には幕府御殿医の松本良順の名前があった。おそらくそこを訪ねたんだろう。
Hey, Truant Hero.
お前の目的は何だ？
The minute my name was spoken, the vibe in the room shifted immensely. Everyone wore a stunned expression, eyes wide, and no words were uttered in response until...
土方さん、その名前は？
おいおい、偶然にしちゃって行き過ぎだぜ。
まあ待て。それを判断するためにもまずは君の話を聞かせてくれるかな。
At Kondo's behest, I stood up to speak.
Yeah, we've all kind of decided apparently instead of Spoopy Sunday, it's going to be Smoochable Samurai Sunday from here on out. I was trying this as an experiment thinking nobody would love it, but apparently you all are thirsty for hot samurai.
My name is Chizuru Yukimura. Under the watchful eyes of the leaders, I sharply described how I came to face them. How I lived in Edo. How I'd come to Kyoto to find my father. How lonely the city felt before I arrived.
そうか。出身も江戸だったのだな。 父上を探して遠路はるばる京に来たのか。
Okay, redundant UK. You make a very good point. When aren't people thirsty for hot samurai?
して、お父上は何という方かね。
My father is Kodo Yukimura.
つながったな。
What are you talking about?
あなたが持っていた手紙の筆跡。これはまさに光道さんのものでしたが。
Oh no! Good night, Grimtar!
Thanks for hanging out. And worry not, there will be more. Oh, to whom does my kokoro belong? That's a hard question. So, I explained this shortly before you got on, but when I first played this game on the PSP, the original version of it, thanks, Fezzicat, tell Rude I say hi. When I first played the original PSP version of this game, my random ass choices led me to Saito.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Lady Banigaru.
But I ultimately I'm an Okita fan, like a lot. I also like the bad guy, but that's just my terrible ass taste. So, you know. That's how I roll.
まさか本当に光道さんのご息女とはね。
Yeah, tall spice.
You know my father? The silence was enough to tell me that the revelation of my parentage caused a pronounced change in their behavior.
どこまで知ってる？
Oh shit.
Huh? What information are you talking about?
いいから洗いざらい全部吐け！何しに今日に来やがった！
I just came to look for my father. I swear I don't know anything else.
親父の光道さんが何をしてるか知っててここに来たんだろうが！
I was only aware of my father being in Kyoto for his medical work, but I haven't seen him since last summer. That's all I know.
Lyra, you know me so well.
土方君、どうやら本当に何も知らないのかもしれませんよ。
So what do you know about my father? Where is he right now? Please tell me.
Her dad vanished on her, and the letters he was sending while he was away sort of stopped arriving. That's why she's here and why she's stuck with these guys now.
光道さんの行方は現在新選組でも探している。
You're after my father? So this means...
あ、勘違いしないでね。僕たちは光道さんを狙ってるわけじゃないから。
I see. A huge wave of relief came over me.
同じ幕府側の協力者なんだけど、実は彼、夏から行方知れずなんだよね。
幕府をよく思わない者たちが光道さんに目をつけた可能性が高い。
I let out an audible gasp, but Saito continued without paying me any mind.
生きている降参も高い。乱方医は利用価値がある存在だ。
I wasn't sure what else to do, so I nodded. My heart pounded in my chest, threatening to burst onto the floor.
近藤さん、どうでしょうか。同じ人物を探す者同士、彼女に手を貸してあげてはいかがかと。
手を貸すとはどういうことかね。
光道さんが見つかるまで 互いに協力し合うということです。彼女に協力してもらうことで行動さんが見つかる可能性は格段に上昇するでしょう。
Huh?
私たちがいくら探しても姿形を変えられてしまっては見抜くことは難しい。ですが行動さんの娘である君ならば身なりが変わっていようとカンパできますね。
Yes, of course. I nodded as I spoke while giving him what I hoped seemed like a steady, reassuring smile.
それに彼女が手中にあるというのは何かと都合がいいと思います。
Girls can detect their fathers on smell alone. Yeah, of course.
どうだトシ、三男君の意見に俺は賛成だが。
こいつが本当に何も知らねえって言うんなら。
It's true. All I know is that my father headed to Kyoto, but I don't know anything else. And about last night, I didn't see anything.
まあ、あの乱暴医の娘となりゃ殺しちまうわけにもいかねえか。
His eyes narrowed as he looked down at me.
昨べの件は忘れるって言うんなら、父親が見つかるまでお前を保護してやる。
All right, redundant UK. Good luck. Have a wonderful day at work. Thanks again for the follow. Take care.
君の父上を見つけるためならば、我ら新選組は協力は惜しまんとも。
Oh, Kondo-san is so nice. Oops.
Thank you so much. I'd never imagined something like this. I was elated to have escaped death, but not only had I survived, but I'd found my first decent lead.
殺されずに済んでよかったね。とりあえずはだけど。
He gave me that same wolfish grin. There was no denying that my situation was still less than desirable, but it didn't matter for now. Yes, I'm very glad. Against all odds at last, I'd found help where I'd never expected it. The Shinsengumi. My first day in Kyoto was quite the adventure. In spite of everything I'd seen, my fortune was improving with every step. I still had a long way to go, but keeping positive was my only hope.
雪村君、よかったね。これからはよろしく頼むよ。
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure for me as well.
なあ、ゲンさん。女子となれば、ここのような男女体では申し訳ない気がするんだが。
Gosh, this is the worst possible situation to be in.
ええ、そうですね。これはちょっと困りましたな。
Kondo crossed his arms and thought deeply.
不便があれば言うといい。その都度可能な範囲で対処しよう。
Thank you.
まあ女の子となりゃ手厚くもてなさんといかんよな。
新八さん女の子に弱いもんな。でもだからって手のひら返すの早すぎ。
いいじゃねえか。これで豚書が華やかになると思えば新八に限らずはしゃぎたくもなるだろう。
The headquarters of the Shinsengumi is in the Mibu area, apparently. At least currently.
I wasn't entirely sure I believed that sentiment.
とはいえ、ここでは女性として扱うのは難しそうです。
A house is a place where people live. Imagine that.
大使として扱うのもまた問題ですし、彼女の処遇は少し考えなければなりませんね。
なら誰かの交渉にすりゃいいだろう。近藤さんとか三男さんとか。
So, you know, she gets to be somebody's page.
やだな、土方さん。そういう時は言い出しっぺが責任取らなくちゃ。
ああ、そうだな。都市のそばなら安心だ。
Oh no. Looks like we're gonna get foisted off onto Hijikata-san.
そういうことで土方君、彼女のことよろしくお願いしますね。
Vila, baby, I can be a whole book if you want. Look at Hijikata's face, though.
てめえら勝手に決めてるんじゃねえ。
As I watched their back and forth, some of my earlier relief began to ebb away. And this is how the Shinsengumi had come to look after me.
February. Can I just talk about how beautiful the whole interface of this game is? Also, we should save. What is this warrior record thing? Oh, it's all the boys! But there's nothing in it right now. Boop. So all the stuff we learn ends up in the encyclopedia here. Alright, I am gonna take a fast break to refresh my drink. And then, we will keep going for just a little bit longer, if you all are game. Say maybe 30 minutes? 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how thirsty we are. I am thirsty, but this time for, like, water. I will be right back, my friends. Okay, friends, I've returned. Are we ready to do some more samurai ogling? Smirch engaged!
Thanks, guys.
Yes, and thank you for looking out, Lynn. That would have been real awkward. Not having that stuck up there. Okay. And honestly, if you enjoy this stuff, I definitely recommend actually looking into the history of the Shinsengumi. And just the Bakumatsu period in general is really fascinating.
I slid the door open and met a breath of cool morning air. Clumps of thick clouds trundled silently over the city, an unusually strong wind driving them along. It's cold today. I shivered a bit and grabbed a jacket from near the door to wrap around myself. A week had passed since I'd begun living in the headquarters of the Shinsengumi. I was given a room of my own, but they made it clear that I wasn't to roam freely. They weren't the best accommodations, but given how close I was to being murdered by them, instead, I thought it best not to complain. Still, do I really need to dress like this all the time? I sighed, staring at my feet on the cold floor. They'd given me temporary accommodations, but it wasn't without its strict conditions.
お前の身柄は新選組預かりとする。が、女として屯所へ置くわけにはいかねえ。新選組にかくまわれている女がいる。そんな話が万一にも広まれば、よくねえ勘繰りをする奴も出てくる。それに、噂を聞いて行動さんを狙っている奴らが、お前まで狙い出すかもしれねえ。もちろん、行動さんが狙われていると確定したわけじゃねえがな。こういう不確定要素が多い現状で迂闊な行動は取れねえってことだ。だからお前には断層を続けてもらう。面倒だろうがそれでいいな。
Clear. His reasoning was sound. Perhaps more than that, I knew he was concerned not only for the Shinsengumi, but also for the safety of my father and myself. I didn't have a choice, regardless, but keeping this in mind made his orders more palatable.
それに、たとえ君にその気がなくとも、女性の存在は体内の風紀を乱しかねない。ですから私たち幹部のほか、大使たちへも君の事情は話しません。情報はそれこそどこから広まるかわかりませんからね。
I understand the situation. So, what should I do while I'm here?
屯所じゃ何もしなくていい。部屋を一つやるから引きこもってろ。
Jeez.
あれ？おかしいな。この子、誰かさんの故障になるんじゃなかったですか？
いいか、掃除。てめえは余計な口出しせずに黙ってろ。
Before long, I'd been there for a week. I guess I don't have much of a choice. No sense in dwelling on what I can't do after all. Although it was still a new sensation, I'd grown comfortable in dressing like a boy, particularly the feeling of wearing pants. I straightened up and touched the kodachi that Hijikata had given back to me. This was a familiar friend of mine, the blade by my hip stretching back as far as I can recall. According to my father, this was an important heirloom passed down through the Yukimura clan. As such, I was forced to take lessons in swordplay, making me well aware of what the blade was capable of. I had never cared much for weapons. Weapons hurt people, which is an obvious factor. But it was more than that, at least for me. For as far back as I could remember, any wounds I suffered healed at an incredible rate. Small cuts would disappear overnight. As a child, I'd thought nothing of it, but as I grew older, I began to realize that I was not quite normal. My father insisted it was a gift of the gods, but that I should tell no one of it. I didn't tell anyone, of course. I was afraid they would treat me like a monster if they knew. Ever since then, I'd done my best not to get hurt. I stayed as far away from blades as I could, and before I realized it, I developed a fear of them. My constant need for disguise was frustrating, but my condition left me more unsettled.
She's an alien!
Still, that wasn't the only thing on my mind. The rank-and-file soldiers treated me coldly. I'm not just imagining it, right? I learned having a private room was a privilege, even for captains. For a child to arrive and receive better treatment than their own captains. No surprise, really, for the soldiers to hate me. True, I suppose I can't really blame them. I was enjoying the Shinsengumi's hospitality, and so I felt I should help them in some way. But I knew nothing of soldiers and their ways. I gave as much effort as possible, despite Hijikata's commands for me to remain in my room. How does one calm the lonely, restless mind? I think for the soldiers, whenever the captains or the other officers would look out for me, it appeared as if they were giving me special treatment. They're just watching me. To make sure I kept my mouth shut, they took turns keeping watch over me. Any mistake on my part would cause huge trouble, so they were making an effort to keep me contained. Even if I could speak with the soldiers, what conversations could we share? Nothing? My only respite from any possibility of detection would be to stay alone. Again. All I wanted from this, though, was to find my father. Even though they'd promised to help me, keeping me locked in here without the ability to leave was no better than being tied up. Just when it felt like I'd made some progress into my journey, my search was kept to a halt.
Climb out the window into the pile of smoochable boys.
Perhaps, I thought, I could talk to Hijikata. If he would give me permission to look for my father. Oh no, that's right. Hijikata just recently departed to Osaka. Well, if Hijikata's not here, I wasn't sure what to do.
We're gonna save, is what we're gonna do. And we have a choice to make. We can stay put, we can talk to someone, or we can search the compound. What do you think, friends? Search the compound. Dad's in a trunk. Search the compound! That's 2 for search the compound, since going to Osaka is not an option. When in a game do we ever stay put? I know, right? So we're gonna search? Let's search.
As I thought about it, I realized that I had no idea how the Shinsengumi compound was laid out. If I were to live here, though, I thought, then I ought to make an effort to learn. I took a deep breath, gathered my courage, and stepped out of the room. There's no one here. I looked around. The hall was utterly empty. Then again, since I'd snuck out of my room, it was possibly for the best that no one had seen me. Still, I felt a little guilty about it. Perhaps I should have just stayed in my room. If I wandered around the compound, it was likely I'd see something I wasn't supposed to. I'd already stumbled onto one of the Shinsengumi's secrets the night I met them. I had no wish to do so again. Maybe I should reconsider. After some deliberation, I decided it was best to return to my room. But as I turned to walk back... Huh? From near the entrance, I heard something. Slowly, I peeked around the corner. Walking toward the door, looking as if they would prefer not to be seen, were Harada and Nagakura. Oh! Can I come with you? Maybe if they let me go outside, I could finally start looking for my father.
そりゃ別に構わねえが、お前は楽しくないんじゃねえかな。
連れて行けるかバカ。勝手に許可してんじゃねえよ。
ああ、外出禁止なんだっけな、お前。それより見張りなしで部屋から出てていいのか？
Shinpachi has no chill. You're correct, Vila.
Well, where are you going anyway?
おいおい、ごまかすなよ。まあ、いいけどな。俺らはこれから島原に行くとこだ。
So, they're going to the red light district. Hence why they were sneaking out.
Shimabara. The name was familiar. Wait! Isn't that in the red light district?
Yes, thank you for defining what a red light district is, game. Much appreciated. I had no idea. Let's go!
Nagakura shook his head between us and sighed.
女の子に向かって島原に行くとかわざわざ本当のこと言うなよ。
嘘つけねえんだよ俺。知ってんだろ。考えに繰り出すくらい別にやましくもねえし。
お前は酒が目当てだろうから後ろめたくもなんともねえだろうよ。
Nagakura, you going for something other than the alcohol?
いや、酒っていうかなんていうか、ほら、お酒っていうだろ。
Indeed.
True, there was likely no shortage of beautiful women throughout Shimabara. Someone like Harada who visited just for the drinks was a rarity if I were to guess. But you're going in the afternoon?
真っ昼間から酒飲むのも男のロマンってやつなんじゃねえの？
Harada had a natural charm that just seemed to shrug off any judgment over possible impropriety. Well, even so, I hardly think it's good to be drinking in the afternoon. Even if it was every man's dream, it didn't feel right to condone it. Two captains drinking during the afternoon would hardly help the Shinsengumi's low public opinion.
I know, right, Luna? Psh, I ain't driving.
Then again, perhaps it wasn't my business to think of the Shinsengumi's public reputation.
あのよ、昼から遊び歩くのはあんまり常識的じゃないってお前の言うこともわかるんだけどよ。
Yes.
近頃の今日は何かと物騒なんだ。俺たち新選組だってうかつに夜遊びできねえ。
Shinsengumi kept a nude calendar. That'll repair their reputation, because I'm pretty sure all of Kyoto is thirsty for beautiful men, right? They are effectively public defenders, it's just nobody likes them.
True.
だから常識に縛られず行きたい時に行く。真っ昼間から遊びに行くことを迷わねえ。
Well, we tried to instill morals in Nagakura, and we failed.
Ugh. That didn't really seem right. But even so, on some level, his absurd logic made some sense. After all, everyone needs to relax from time to time, especially if they have the worries of the Shinsengumi. And if they worked at night, then when else would they go but the afternoon? I was reflecting upon this when Todo walked in.
あれまさかお前も行くの
Well, I still haven't received permission to leave the house. I don't want Hijikata to get mad at me.
そっか。そいつは残念だな。
You're going to Shimabara too then, Todo?
ああ、そうだけど。で、東堂さんとか他人行儀な呼び方やめようぜ。
Well, what should I call you then?
平介でいいよ。みんなも俺のことを平介って呼ぶし、これからしばらく一緒に暮らすんだしよ。
We can be on a first name basis with Heisuke.
それに、そのデスマスもやめようぜ。年も近いからもっと気楽に話してくれよ。
Really? I just didn't want to be rude, Todo.
ほら、治ってないぜ。
Alright then. Heisuke.
そうそう。んじゃあ、今日から改めてよろしくな。
Okay. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Heisuke. It wasn't anything important, I knew, but something about the exchange made me feel happy. Heisuke had, perhaps unknowingly, cheered me up. But you're still going to Shimabara then?
それはその。でも島原だから女ってわけじゃねえよ。みんなで酒飲んでバカ騒ぎしたい気分なんだ。
Lyra. Boy!
Oh.
お前が女の格好をしてくれるんなら、それだけで十分に目の保養なんだけどな。
What the fuck, Harada?
What?
あ、俺も絶対可愛いと思う。いろいろ落ち着いたら振り袖とか着てみせてくれよな。
Heisuke dress up like a girl, and he could probably pull it off, yes.
You guys! This is just so sudden. It was embarrassing for them to treat me like a girl all of a sudden, as if it just occurred to them. Dress like a girl? What should I tell them? Okay, Danny.
What should we tell them? Sure, when I get the chance someday, or no, I can't?
Never!
Pants for life. So that's 2 for sure, 1 for never, ever wearing pants. Fishing for cute presents, of course. Alright. Any other takers? Any more votes? If not, we're going for sure. Alright. Sure, when I get the chance someday.
Not sure of what else to do, I nodded awkwardly, and they beamed back at me. when I get the chance someday. Sound good?
Honto ka? Yatta ze!
Well, that's 2 shiny, sparkly yay times for Heisuke. Not only a girl, but a Time Lord or whatever.
約束だぞ。忘れんなよ。
Okay. I didn't need Heisuke's advice on how I should dress, considering it was something I looked forward to once I got the opportunity. So why did I feel so embarrassed?
Aw, Vila, thanks! Looks like so far we're working toward the Heisuke smooches.
Once we settled the topic of the appropriateness of my wardrobe, Nagakura shared his opinion.
そういうわけでさしてくれよ。俺らは汗水垂らして今日の治安を守ってんだぜ。
That's not a very convincing excuse. Despite my reservations, I understood the truth. They were partaking in normal activities for men. Besides, who was I to try and stop them in the first place? I certainly had no authority over them. While visiting pleasure quarters in broad daylight wasn't my thing, if their superiors took no issue. I was a guest of the Shinsengumi, and it would be rude for me to try and tell them what to do. But even so, they went out of their way to talk to me until I felt better about the situation. This showed they were good men, with nothing to hide.
Yeah, you notice they're sneaking out while Hijikata is literally out of town?
Alright. I suppose their reasoning made sense to me, and part of me was just envious of them. I too wanted to be free of the staleness of this compound, and in search for my father.
土産買ってきてやる。何か食べたいものあるか?
Even though I was still turning the issue at hand in my head, the thought of food made me salivate. Alright then. I'd like some tangerines. Maybe we can eat them together tomorrow afternoon?
そいつはいいな。わかったぜ。
土方さんから外出許可が下りたらさ、お前の好きなとこ連れてってやるから。
Well, thank you. But Heisuke, you don't need to worry, alright? Even if you couldn't take me out now, it's the thought that counts. Thanks for cheering me up.
悪いな。ちゃっくら出かけてくるぜ。
Just as I waved to send those three off.
おや、これからみんなで出かけるのかい?
Hey look, it's Genzaburo!
Hi, Inoue. All of us nonchalantly turned our heads around to see Inoue pacing toward us.
よりによって源さんかよ。
おっと、こいつは参ったな。
They all refused to make eye contact and fell silent, so I responded to Inoue in their stead. Well, I'm not going anywhere, but, I had no idea what else to say. Were they expecting me to cover for them?
ほら、あれだよ、源さん、あれ。みんなで素振りでもしようかなって。
Heisuke quickly warmed to his excuse, as did Nagakura.
そう、それだ、平介。よく言った。今日は天気もいいし、風が暖かいからな。
Yes, what they said. After hearing their excuse, Inoue reacted.
いやはや、長倉くんたちは熱心だな。せっかくの機会だ。私も付き合わせてくれるかい?
So much training!
He looked honestly happy, pleased with the dedication of his fellows.
それは。
そうきたか。
Seeing as they were hopeless in getting themselves out of this, I decided to lend a hand. You guys are really going to go train? Just then, Heisuke opened his mouth.
あ、ごめん。俺もみんなと素振りしたいけど、今日は先約があるから付き合えないんだった。
Plans?
こいつに豚書の中を案内してやるって約束。そうだったよな。
It was news to me.
まあ頼む。話を合わせてくれ。
He gave me a desperate, somber look with eyes like a sad puppy. I had no choice but to go along.
Look at these tears!
Yes, that's right. Yes.
ああ、そうそう。そうだよな。
His eyes sparkled and he grabbed a hold of my hand and began to walk off. Heisuke had cheered me up earlier, after all. Perhaps in this way I was returning the favor.
待て、ヘイスケ。一人だけ逃げようなんざ。
Before he could even finish, Harada interrupted. A mischievous grin appeared on his face.
俺も付き合ってやるよ。他の大使に絡まれちゃ面倒だろ。
Oh shit. Also a smooth bastard.
Well, I suppose you have a point.
そうかそうか。原田君の言うことはもっともだね。彼女のことは二人にお任せするとして。じゃあ長倉君、我々は中庭に行こうか。
ヘイスケのみならず、お前も笠野。
Sorry, Nagakura.
His knuckles turned white and his face shook with exasperation.
よし、逃げぞ。
What?
しんぽっさんすぐ怒るからな。
Vela. Here's where the Shinpachi and the Oe fic begins. Oh boy.
Heisuke grabbed my hand and Harada pushed me from behind, and soon we were moving away from the entrance at a rapid clip.
この裏切り者！戻ってこい！
Nagakura's shouts were echoing, but the laughter of the two men caused their eyes to sparkle in kind. It was infectious, and I couldn't help but laugh with them, my worries gradually drifting from me. After the commotion settled, Heisuke and Harada gave me a tour around the headquarters. Nagakura, alternatively, had none such luck. I heard later that he and Inoue spent the rest of the day training, just the two of them. At the end of the day, I think he's a good man. Time stood still, shadows drifting along my wall.
Harada's your number 2 now, Lindy. Yeah. Hijikata is a little tough to beat, but Harada's pretty great. They're all great in their own ways.
How long am I gonna do this? Solitude was proving detrimental to any glimmer of hope. My heart felt heavier with each moment. How lonely the wistful, forlorn mind can become. I'd been swept up in a frightening world I didn't understand and couldn't possibly control. I can't possibly figure out what's happening to Father if I'm stuck in here. Only Hijikata can give me permission to leave, and he's gone. All I could do was wait. Lamenting things I couldn't change wouldn't improve my situation, and would arguably make it worse. I knew I couldn't trust the men of the Shinsengumi completely. They were, after all, men who could take life in the blink of an eye. It would be just as easy for them to end my life. Well, at least they've all been nice to me for now. They're nice men deep down, right?
君さ、騙されやすい性格とか言われない？
What are you doing here?
あれ？ もしかして気づいてなかったとか？この時間帯は僕が君の監視役なんだけどな。
Did you hear everything I said?
なんか言ってたの？
He'd heard me. He had definitely heard me. I wanted to scream, but before I could open my mouth, Saito stepped out from behind the door.
掃除、無駄話はそれくらいにしておけ。
Wait! Were you here the whole time too?
つい先ほど来たばかりだが。
Oh, thank goodness. I'm sorry for screaming like that.
気にするな。そもそも今の独り言は聞かれて困るような内容でもないだろう。
Fraternizing? Why, I never. It's true, I didn't say anything, bad, but still. Well, I was just embarrassed to be caught talking to myself. As Saito watched me fidgeting and mumbling, his eyes pierced right through me.
夕飯の支度が済んだのだが、邪魔をしただろうか。
So far, the only honest boy. I know, right, Lyra?
Oh, no, nothing at all.
あんたと掃除の話に一区切りついたら声をかけるつもりだったんだが、放っておくと長引きそうだったからな。話の腰を折らせてもらった。
Saito shrugged shortly before we caught the sound of footsteps approaching us noisily. Heisuke shot through the door. The moment he saw us, however, his face fell.
ああ、ちょいちょい、はじめくん。何仲良くおしゃべりしてんのさ。
Oh, somebody's jealous.
すまない。取り込み中だった。
おお。まあ仕方ないな。飯の時間なんだからさ、早く行こうぜ。食うものなくなっちまうよ。
Okay.
ようやく来たか。
おめえら遅えんだよ。この俺の腹の高鳴りをどうしてくれんだ。
新発さ、それってただ腹が鳴ってるだけだろ。困るよね、こういう単純な人。
お前らが来るまで食い始めるのを待っててやった俺様の寛大な腹に感謝しやがれ。
Hey, Danny, welcome back. Yeah, so far we've impressed or, you know, attracted Heisuke at least twice with our choices.
新八、それ寛大な心だろ。それじゃ、いつものように自分の飯は自分で守れよ。
Sorry about my random thing.
今日も相変わらずせこい夕飯だよな。というわけで、隣の晩ご飯突撃だい。
Aw, no worries, Danny. I know you have Callie to take care of.
弱肉強食の時代、俺様がいただくぜ。
ちょっと新発さん、なんで俺のおかずばっか狙うかな。
Oh yeah, this is us. This girl right here.
それは体の大きさだ。大きいやつにはそれなりに食う量が必要なんだよ。
じゃあ育ち盛りの俺はもっともっと食わないとね。
毎回こんなんですまないな。
I've, gotten used to it.
慣れとは恐ろしいものだな。
I think that sound effect was him like twisting his arm. Oh, and hey, let's ogle the art for a minute.
Why aren't aren't you taking anything?
うん。あんまりお腹いっぱいに食べるとバカになるしね。
おいおい、バカとは聞き捨て。だが、その飯はいただくぜ。
どうぞどうぞ。僕はお酒をちびちびしてればいいし。
んじゃ、俺も酒にするかな。
ただご飯とか気にしないで。お腹いっぱい食べるんだよ。
I know. I can't help but feel a little bad, though.
気にしなくてもいいが、自分の飯は自分で守れ。
Okay. Always eating alone made the experience of dinner with these men both an exhilarating and a frightening evening for me. It was actually fun.
最初からそうやって笑ってろ。俺らもお前を悪いようにはしないさ。
Harada. His mouth curled up into an honest smile of his own. Had I really looked so down? Perhaps they were all trying to cheer me up. I wasn't quite sure how to feel.
Smirch!
I was conflicted over whether or not to feel pity for myself or to appreciate the moment for what it was. The joy seemed to be winning out, however, and I caught myself smiling as Inoue entered the room.
ちょっといいかいみんな。
As usual, his voice was warm, but in his eyes was a level of solemnity I'd never seen before, at least during our brief acquaintance thus far. The warmth of the room slowly evaporated.
大坂にいるトシさんから手紙が届いたんだが、三男さんがタイム中に重傷を負ったらしい。
Oh no.
What?
何があったの？
ああ。二人が訪ねる大坂の呉服屋に老師たちが無理やり押し入ったらしい。駆けつけたトシさんと三男さんがなんとか老師たちを退けたらしいが、その時に切られたそうなんだ。
Is he going to be all right?
相当の深手だと手紙に書いてあるけど、傷は左腕とのことだ。剣を握るのは難しいみたいだが、命に別状はないそうだよ。
Oh, thank goodness. I exhaled as a brief sigh of relief, but the rest of the room was tense, still itching for answers.
数日中には豚書へたどり着くんじゃないかな。それじゃ私はイサミさんと話があるから。
He turned as he spoke, his last words delivered over his shoulder, and was gone. It was Saito who soon broke the awkward silence.
剣が握れないほどの深手か。腕の筋まで立たれているかもしれん。刀は片腕で容易に扱えるものではない。最悪三男さんは二度と真剣を震えまい。
Vila. Oh no, not the totally innocent Sannan.
Oh. At last I understood.
片腕で扱えば刀の威力は損なわれる。そしてつばぜり合いになれば確実に負ける。
薬でも何でも使ってもらうしかないですね。三男さんも納得してくれるんじゃないかな。
Injure his arm and break his glasses? Hi, Death Likes Cats. Hajime Saito is a figure of history that was also used in Rurouni Kenshin. That is correct.
掃除。めったなこと言うもんじゃねえ。幹部が羅刹になってどうするんだよ。
Huh? Wait, that didn't make any sense. What are the Furies?
ああ、羅刹ってのは薬を飲んだら怪我も治っちまう。平助！
Huh? Before I could move, Harada was on his feet and halfway across the room. I barely had time to gasp before he drove his fist into Heisuke. Heisuke, are you all right?
やりすぎだぞ佐野。悪かったな平介。先に口を滑らせたこっちも悪かった。
大丈夫か？悪かったな。
After a moment, Harada curtly nodded to Heisuke in apology, the latter offering a quick, pained smile.
いや、今のは俺が悪かったけど、佐野さんはすぐ手が出るんだからな。
Oh, Lindy. If it makes you feel any better, I'm probably going to wrap up in just shy of a half hour here, and we'll do this again on Sunday.
His punch had enough force to knock out a lesser man, but Heisuke seemed unfazed. It was never clearer now how different these men were.
今の話は君が聞いちゃいけないことにほんのちょっと首を突っ込んだところだ。これ以上のことは教えられねえんだ。気になるだろうけど何も聞かないでほしい。それとさっきの平介の話は忘れてくれ。
His voice was friendly, but his eyes gave his words a cold weight that made me feel uncomfortable.
羅刹っていうのはかわいそうな子たちのことだよ。
Oh, snap. So remember those scary fucking dudes in the beginning that murdered and yeah, them.
Okita's voice was flat, emotionless.
Yeah, Heisuke does have a tendency to not be aware of what the fuck he's saying. Yep, Danny, the murder boys.
A sudden chill of melancholy entered his eyes. I couldn't bring myself to say anything more. Thankfully, Nagakura broke the awkward silence.
お前さんは何も気にしなくていいんだって。だからそんな顔するなよ。
I was only a guest in their house, not a warrior of the Shinsengumi. The truth of the Shinsengumi's secrets were no business of mine, something I'd known. There was little value in that sentiment, however.
忘れろ。深く踏み込めば、あんたの生き死ににも関わりかねない。
I bit my lip and kept silent. The wall between us was almost tangible, almost far too large an obstacle for me to defeat easily. I finished my dinner in sad silence, excused myself, and returned to my room. I had a great deal to think about. Furies, huh? I wondered to myself if the Furies referred to the Rakshasa pictured in Buddhist texts. Though I wasn't well versed, I recalled reading a text about a man-eating demon god with that name. I have no idea where to start, from drinking the medicine to Captain becoming a Fury. Ugh! No, I wasn't supposed to think about those things!
Yes, Rakshasa! Not the tiger thing, jazz hands kind, but yes.
I was only going to get myself in trouble if I stuck my nose where it didn't belong.
Rakshasa! Critical Role has forever ruined all of us. It's fine.
Seeing or hearing the wrong thing could kill me. If I die, I'll have a hard time looking for my father. The Shinsengumi captains are keeping themselves hush around me, especially about the Furies. Are they doing it to protect me? Even if I dug around, I'm sure nothing good would come of it. With that in mind, I did my best to clear my head of the evening's events and slipped into my futon.
And now we are into March of 1864. I should save. And yes, you're right, Vila. It's totally the best when it happens around an uninitiated person because they get very confused.
It fast approached a month since I began living with the Shinsengumi headquarters. Hijikata and Sannan finally returned to the compound from their trip to Osaka, but spirits were low. Sannan's injury had unforeseen consequences for everyone in the organization. Day-to-day operations became hectic for a little while. His wounds seemed quite dire, and they drained whatever goodness in his nature he'd hoped to keep. Sannan would spend days holed up in his room, protected by a barrier of impenetrable silence. If he were to leave his room, a rare occasion now, he was often short-tempered and quickly retreated.
Aw, thank you, Danny. For the compliments and the bits. Aw, thank you, Detlexkets, and Vila, and Lira. I wasn't sure how it would pan out because it feels weird to me with, like, half, you know, the heroine's dialogue and the narration being English and then we flip to Japanese for all the dudes. But, long as you guys enjoy it, I will keep doing it. Time to mail Audible!
Even though I too spent days in the exile of my room, he seemed to take it much differently. Sannan seemed trapped within a painful memory, each day bringing him closer to a gloomy twilight. I softly pondered what service I could offer to the Shinsengumi if I were not allowed to search for my father. I'm sure Hijikata is overwhelmed with whatever business he's dealing with, but I need to visit him. I realize with the tension so high that it's better to have Hijikata on my side rather than not. I crept around the hall looking for Hijikata, but he was nowhere to be seen. Would it be impolite to visit his room directly? As I paced around the hall in contemplation, an unknown warrior appeared before me.
Well, hello! I thought we were done meeting handsome samurai. This is where it gets new to me, because these characters were introduced as of this version of the game. Let us all pause for some thirst. And a screenshot. That hair. Oh no. Oh no. What do? I need to pause for a drink. I'm so thirsty.
I've been living in the Yagi residence for a month, but he was unfamiliar to me. My current dilemma compelled me to approach him. Excuse me, have you seen Hijikata? The man turned to respond and my eyes widened to scan his enormous frame before me as he spoke.
お前はどこの誰だ? なぜここにいる?
Oh, I am... Well, it's a long story.
誰だと聞いている。答えろ。
Oh my.
I'm... Chizuru Yukimura.
ほう。副長が故障に取り立てたという見習い大使とは、お前のことか。
Yes. I wasn't aware they were telling people that I was an apprentice warrior at headquarters. However, my reputation was the last thing on my mind as I faced this man's pressuring gaze. I didn't appreciate the harsh scrutiny he seemed to impose, scanning me from head to toe.
お前、局長や副長とはどんな関係だ？
Yes, Vila, I 100% agree. His hair is indeed like a fine wine. This is not fair. I was not ready for this.
同じ江戸の出身らしいが、どんな縁故を使って取り入った？
I did no such thing!
そう向きになるところを見ると、ますます怪しいぞ。
As I casually take screenshots because, of course, I am. Yeah, his eye game is not as strong, but damn!
ここは、お前のような剣の腕も才覚もなさそうなものが、うろうろしていいところではないんだがな。
Now listen, homeboy!
もう一度聞く。どうやってあの二人に取り入った？
Use our alien superpowers to fuse the two of them together for the ultimate boy. I mean...
この私、武田観柳斎が聞いているのだぞ。なぜ答えない？
Hi! So who the fuck is this guy? He's another one of the captains, apparently. Alright. Oh no, so close! He's like all up in our space. I'm vaguely terrified.
He grew increasingly agitated, almost like a petulant child, because I refused to answer him. He reached his massive hand over toward me as if to grab me, but then a voice stopped him.
おい、武田！こんなところで何をしている？
Ah! Hijikata-san, help!
There's too much handsome on this screen right now. Look! The game is allowing us to directly compare the two.
When he recognized Hijikata's voice, he snapped his hand back to his side.
これは土方副長。何？近藤局長に少々用がありましてね。
I think we broke Vila. Just the eternal loading screen. Lindy, however, is just like, nope, he cut that. Let's stick to the good purple-eyed samurai boy.
ほう、俺は何も聞いちゃいないが。
You're loyal to your new samurai husband, Lindy. That's good. Why choose? Smooch all the hotness.
最近お姿が見えない三段総長の代わりに相談に乗ってほしいと言われているのです。しかし近藤局長もいらっしゃらないようなので、私はこれで失礼します。
Takeda turned to take his leave, but then he slowed his step, leaving us with a few words.
ところで、土方副長。そのものを故障に取り立てたというのは本当ですか？
ああ、少しばかり訳ありでな。
承知しました。訳ありならば、詳しく聞くのはやめておきましょう。ですが、あまり同じ郷里のものばかりを周りに囲うのはいかがなものかと思います。
Is this dude like the burr of the Shinsengumi? I guess. He's new to me because he's introduced in this version of the game, so I have no clue what's gonna happen as he's concerned. And I never really read about this guy in any of the Shinsengumi stuff I've read, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to go study again.
では、失礼。
Once Takeda exited the hall, I couldn't help but feel a rush of relief.
おい、雪村。豚書の中を勝手に歩くんじゃねえ。
Oh, hi, Hijikata-san. Yes, sir. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
お前の正体を知っているのは、このヤギ邸に寝起きしてるやつだけだ。
So, the Yagi residence is where we're staying. Oh, hello! Yukimura, don't talk to weird giant men with great hair without permission. Yeah, pretty much.
前川邸からこっちに来る奴らには気をつけろ。いいな。
Ah, so he must be from a different residence.
Clear. I promise to be more careful going forward. So, may I ask who that man was?
あいつか。5番組組長の武田貫流斎ってやつだ。
We're just gonna call him Takeda because Kanryusai is hard to say.
腕はそこそこだが、文学だが軍学の多少の知恵を持ってるやつだ。抜け目のないやつだからな。気をつけろ。
Okay.
それから、用がないならお前もこの辺でうろうろしてないで、部屋に戻っていろ。
Oh, Hijikata-san. Hijikata attempted to dismiss me, having said what he felt was appropriate as a stern commander. I
saved the game. What should we do? Takeda was a tall man with cropped hair. Blasphemy, I'm out. Thank you, Lindy. Which one should we choose? See if Hijikata will help us around the compound or just go to our room like a good little girl. Ask. All right, we're gonna ask him.
ねえ、土方さん。I didn't get many chances to see Hijikata, so I took the opportunity to offer my aid around the house. I actually have a favor to ask of you, Hijikata. Staying in my room for long periods alone makes me feel terribly useless. Would you please give me something to do? I'll do anything. Cleaning, laundry, anything. Hijikata sensed the sincerity of my plea, and it appeared as though he actually considered it.
部屋にこもっているのはそんなに退屈か?
Well, a little.
わかった。ゲンさんに伝えておくから、後で指示を仰げ。
Something to do, anything! Let us brush your hair. I do believe there's actually a CG art of that exact thing, Danny. So I'll dig it up and I'll send it to you.
Really?
その代わり、あまり外から来たやつと関わるんじゃねえぞ。いいな。
Understood. But thank you so much. The next day, Inoue informed me that I was given more freedom within the headquarters, which allowed me to exit my room freely.
Isn't I can't his hair together and make one long boy.
My duties included cleaning, laundry, and cooking. Not the most glamorous of chores, of course. However, it gave me an opportunity to occupy myself as opposed to going stir-crazy in my room. I looked down into the bucket full of water and my face stared back, sporting a boy's haircut. I shoved my cleaning rag into the water and the image disappeared behind 1,000 tiny ripples. I hope I'm doing this right.
おや、どうかしたかい、雪村君。疲れたなら部屋に戻って休むといい。お湯がもうすぐ沸くと思うから、温かいお茶を持って行ってあげよう。
Oh, no, I'm fine. Besides, I told you I wanted to help.
Oh look, Vila's boyfriend is here.
すまんな。何分男女体のせいか、うちの連中は不精なものが多くてね。助かるよ。
He smiled and squeezed his washcloth into the bucket. Though I was embarrassed to say it aloud, Inoue wore a pleasing smile that suited him well.
ん？私の顔に何かついているかい？
Thanks for the bit, Vila.
No, nothing. I'm honestly just happy to contribute to the house. Almost on cue, one of the soldiers appeared and called Inoue's name.
井上さん、山崎さんが呼んでましたよ。巡察日程について話があるとか。
ああ、そういえばうちの組は来月の担当日がまだ決まっていなかったね。ではすまないけれど、少し待つよう山崎君に言ってくれないかい？もう少しで雑巾がけが終わるから。
Well, Inoue, I can handle the rest on my own. We're almost done anyway, and I know where the cleaning supplies go.
うん。雪村君がそう言うなら、そうさせてもらおうかね。
He wiped his hands and stood up, but before he left, Inoue bent over me and whispered.
もしあんたの事情を知らない大使が来たら、すぐ部屋に入りなさい。面倒なことになりかねないからね。
Okay. As Inoue left, I went back to cleaning the floor. Any passerby would likely avoid me, but more trouble was the last thing I needed. It wouldn't hurt to be extra careful. I was pushing myself to work faster when...
なんだ?
Huh? Heisuke, what are you doing with that sake?
ああ、いや。外に酒でも飲みに行くかどうか考えてたとこなんだけどさ。それより、お前こそ何やってんの？部屋から出てもいいのかよ。
Yeah, I received approval from Hijikata and Inoue. I don't have anything to do, so I asked him if I could help clean the floor.
雑巾がけって、お前まさか自分からやるって言い出したのか？物好きなやつだな。俺ならきっと頼まれたってやらねえぞ。面倒だし。
Really?
そうだよ。変わってんなお前。
He laughed, but his eyes were still thin and sharp, like he was watching carefully for me to make a mistake, or slip and reveal some hidden truth. He might have resembled a kid, but Heisuke had a maturity and swagger that erased any doubts one may have had about him being a Shinsengumi captain.
でさ、なんでわざわざ雑用なんてしてんの？頑張れば処遇が良くなったり、俺たちから信用されると思ってるとか？
Man, I thought he liked us.
だとしたらそりゃ思い違いだって。黙って部屋にいた方がいいんじゃねえの？
No, that's not it at all. I just wanted to do something.
Aw, okay, Danny. Probably wrapping up here in a few minutes. Whenever the next good scene transition is, I think I'm gonna call it.
You know I came to Kyoto to look for my father. All I've done so far is sit around and wait. Doing nothing all day is eating up any hope I have, forcing me to turn thoughts over and over again.
悪い。なんつうか、まずいこと聞いちまったよな、俺。
Yeah, you didn't, Heisuke. Jeez.
ほら、この酒あるから泣きやめって。悪いこと忘れるには酒がいいって言うし。
This kid.
He shoved the bottle out toward me. Thank you? I'm kind of in the middle of cleaning, though. I don't really think I should drink right now.
そっか、わかった。じゃあ俺一人で飲むとすっかな。
Oh.
He slumped against the wall and wallowed in a boyish display of self-pity, drinking by himself. Heisuke, don't tell me you're going to drink here.
大丈夫だって。これくらいで酔うわけないから。
That's not really what I meant. His display reminded me that even the most mature of us were prone to such boorish moments. However, it really wasn't my place to judge him.
Classic dude bro move.
なんだよ。じゃあどういうことだって？
わかりませんか？雪村くんは昼から酒を飲んで東堂くんが怒られないかと心配してくれているんですよ。
Oh look, it's our favorite, very trustworthy person.
Oh, Sannan, hello. He glanced over at me but said nothing. Before he may have greeted me, but now...
それより東堂くん、鬼の副長が君を探していましたよ。
土方さんからの呼び出し？なんか嫌な予感が。
That evil voice. Yeah, no shit. He sounds creepy, right?
おそらく君の予想通りでしょうね。諦めて絞られてきなさい。
He lost the arm that had all his goodness in it. Yeah, pretty much.
仕方ねえ。行ってくるとすっか。あ、そうだ。
Yes?
いや、三男さんがいてくれりゃ平気か。お前も頑張れよ。
Thanks? He awkwardly shrugged, then headed away. It was worrisome, though. His saunter was weighed by a defeated slump. Sannan? What did Hijikata want to talk to him about?
ああ、東堂くんはお叱りを受けに行くんですよ。今日は土方くんの虫の居所が悪いようでしてね。
Why do you sound so happy to say that?
Oh no. Did he do something?
ええ。ここのところ大使がたるんでいるようで、その筆頭として 普段よく遊び歩いている東堂くんが目をつけられたというわけです。まあ大使への見せしめの意味も込めて数日間の謹慎処分といったところでしょうか。
Really? That seems a little harsh.
ほう。では今まさに酒を飲もうとしていた人間をどうかばえと。東堂くんたち3人は普段から遊び歩いていますしね。いい薬でしょう。
Did Hijikata call Nagakura and Harara in too?
いえ、あの2人は今は留守のようです。まあ戻ってきたら同様の処分が下されるはずですが。
Oh. His words were followed by a long, stiff silence. I felt like I had to say something, so I spoke up. I don't usually see Heisuke all alone like that. Most of the time he's with Nagakura and Harada.
それはきっと君のことが気になったからでしょうね。
What? But he just turned and walked away. Worries about me. Had he been worried I might do something? Was he just keeping an eye on me? Sannan's suggestion implied there was more than he was letting on, but I couldn't quite place it. After all, he was surprised to find me outside my room, so he wasn't there to supervise me. Maybe he came to see how I was doing.
Super rude. Jeez. He totally did. He's just like, and I walk away. How dare, Sannan. How dare.
Later that night, warm under my covers, my mind fluttered busily, preventing me from resting. Heisuke was later sentenced to house arrest. I was also informed that his food portions were to be decreased, so he wasn't present at dinner. Oh, he must be getting really hungry. The more I thought about Heisuke, though, the more worried I became. What was it he said?
いや、三男さんがいてくれりゃ平気か。お前も頑張れよ。
As I played the words back in my head, I grew more and more convinced that he had been worried about me and came to check up on me. I was essentially confined to my room and I could only speak to certain people. Was he so worried that he was willing to keep me company when all the others were out? All right, that's it. I've made up my mind. I rolled over, stood up, and grabbed my jacket. I tiptoed down the hallway until I reached the room where Heisuke was being kept. After checking for any nearby patrollers, I whispered as loud as I dared. Heisuke?
この声、ひょっとして。
Yes, I needed to tell you something. Is that okay?
いいかなってお前、いいわけないだろう。勝手に部屋を抜け出して謹慎中の大使を訪ねるなんて誰かに見つかったら。
Oh, I hear footsteps.
おい、さっさと中入れ。
Before I could even react, his door flew open and an arm shot out to pull me inside. I was still trying to figure out what was going on when he threw a blanket over me.
いいからそれかぶってじっと隠れてろ。
I wasn't sure if he could see it, but I nodded.
Woo!
We waited in breathless silence for the footsteps to move past before I finally poked out my head. Heisuke frowned over my head, watching silently.
何してんのさお前。土方さんとかに見つかったらどうする気だったんだよ。俺に用なら伝言を頼むとか、謹慎が解けるまで待つとか、いろいろ方法があるだろう。
Sorry, but this couldn't wait. I can deal with the consequences, though. I was...
Are we worried or happy? Also, saving, because I feel like it's been a while. Thanks, Moobot. Already way ahead of you. One worried, one happy. Happy! We'll be happy then. Happy?
Well, didn't you visit me this afternoon?
別にたまたま通りかかっただけだって。
It still made me happy. Being alone, I become swallowed by my anxiety. The concern you showed for me made me happy. I just wanted to return the favor.
だからってこんな夜中に部屋抜け出して。言っとくけどな、土方さんは規則破りには容赦ねえんだぞ。今の俺を見れば言うまでもないと思うけどさ。
He gazed imploratively, bewildered by my behavior.
で、さっき今じゃないとダメだよって言ってたけど、何の用事で俺のところまで来たんだよ。
Oh, right. Good, it didn't get squished. I opened the wrapping to show him what I brought, and Heisuke's eyes lit up.
握り飯?
Yes. Well, they're leftovers from dinner.
これのためにわざわざ危ない橋渡ってここまで来たのか?
Well, yeah. I thought you might be hungry. For several moments he stared at it. Was he really so perplexed?
お前がせっかく俺のために作ってくれたものなんだよな。食べないでお前を追い返してもここに来た事実が消えるわけじゃねえし。それに。
His face broke into a wide smile.
何よりすげえ腹減ったし。
As he spoke, he reached out, plucked the rice ball from my hand, and bit off a piece.
うわ、うまっ、すっげえうまい。これ何入ってんだよ。
Daw. Look at this precious bean.
He displayed a great talent in taking large bites while still speaking full sentences. Is it really that good? I mean, it's just salt and pickled plums.
Lyra! That's how to make a boy happy. Give him food and attention, much like a dog.
そっか。でもこんなうまい握り飯今まで食ったことないかも。
Really? Well, I'm glad you like it. He ate ravenously as if he'd never eaten a meal in his entire life. He couldn't contain himself. I had a feeling it had less to do with my cooking skill and more attributed to him being starved, but I still felt guilty for not putting in more effort. In no time at all, he'd finished it off and was licking stray grains of rice from his fingers. He thanked me for the food, then made me promise to never do it again before I left his room. His fire-eyed expression from when I'd given him the rice ball made me giggle as I walked to my room.
Oi.
Oh, shit.
I froze. The voice came from around the corner, out of sight.
おいお前、そんなところで何してやがる?
Oh shit. The demon commander caught us.
Hijikata!
質問に答えろ。ここで何をしてた?
Irk. Well, if looks could kill, we're hella dead right now.
His eyes pressed against me like a pair of icy rods. I swallowed and hid the rice ball wrapper behind me.
You guys.
What could I say? Anything I said could possibly implicate Heisuke.
Oh. Thanks for the reminder.
Unfortunately, it seemed like Hijikata already knew whose room I'd visited.
大使だったら切腹もんだ。
His vengeful scowl appeared like a demon in the darkness.
さっさと寝ろ。二度と余計なことするんじゃねえぞ。
Of course! I'm so sorry! I ran for my room as fast as I could. My heart pounded as I clambered back into bed. That was way too close. He'd let me go this time, but I saw in his eyes that I'd been in serious trouble if he ever caught me again. I crawled deeper under the covers and desperately tried to think about something else. I couldn't deny that I'd crossed a line. But even after that terrifying encounter with Hijikata, I didn't regret it. I hadn't been able to do much, but it seemed to have really cheered him up. It was the first glimmer of hope refracting onto me since becoming to the Shinsengumi compound.
And I think that's where we will end it for tonight. So we are going to save. And y'all can go to bed and dream of these beautiful samurai. And we'll do it again next Sunday. So, also, I mean, the Steam Summer Sale is going on. If you guys really liked this, I highly recommend buying the Hakuoki games. They are a fun time. And thanks for dropping in, Death Likes Cats, Villa, Lindy, Lyra, Lynn, all of you. So 9 Pacific on Sunday, we'll do some samurai smooching again.
Until next time, friends, have a lovely night. Bye, truant hero.
Good night, y'all.